Welcome to I Hate It Here, the podcast for HR and people professionals, making the hardest job in the world just a little bit easier. I'm Hebba Youssef. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast on earth. This is the I Hate It Here pod with Hebba and a very special guest today. I can't wait. I'm actually so excited she's here. You might recognize her from previous seasons. I don't really know if she needs an introduction, but I'm going to let her give one nonetheless. Welcome, Jess.
Hello, hello, hello. It is your unofficial co-host, Jessica D. Winder. I don't know when Hebba's finally going to make me an official co-host, but that's neither here nor there. I'm back. I'm so excited. This is going to be wonderful.
We always have the most fun when we record an episode. People listen to it and then message me after and I just laughed the whole episode.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sure you did because we were laughing the whole episode. If you've ever screamed at your ATS, you're not alone. Team Taylor gets it, built for recruiters who care about great candidate experiences and their own peace of mind. Beautiful career sites, automation that actually works, and UX that doesn't make you want to throw your laptop. This is what hiring looks like when you're ahead of the curve. But today I have a very special edition. So this is airing right after Halloween. And you know I love spooky season. And every year I collect HR horror stories. And of my submissions, I have picked 7 stories to read you. Jess has not heard any of these.
No.
She has not read any of these. So this is her live reaction to me reading her some stories. I'm gonna read them and then we're gonna talk about them. And we have 7 because I feel like 7 was the spookiest number.
Yeah, that's a great number. And I cannot wait. I have been looking forward to this since the last time you done one of these. And I wasn't the person talking to you.
I'm sorry.
No, she did wonderful. She did absolutely wonderful. But as it was happening, I was like, I want to be the reaction to these stories. So let's do this. I'm so ready.
You are. Are you ready? Okay, so I gave all the stories a title too. So maybe the title will tell a little bit about the story. Our first story is called The Hit List Hotline. Names are withheld for privacy. The person wrote this in, not me. So I feel like I had to read it. Back in 2019, my team received an ethics hotline submission regarding a case that to this day haunts me to my core. 2 of my more seasoned employees, aged 50 and 60 years old, were playing an online video game. During the course of the game, they put a hit out on their own manager. A real first and last name were given in the game, along with graphic details of how the hit would be carried out. Ooh. One of the employees' cousins, who lived in another state, was so uncomfortable with the information and reported it through the hotline. During the investigation into the event, the employees admitted their plan, but were adamant it was not a threat. The manager filed a police report since the threat was specific to her. Employment was separated from the employees involved.
Yeah, I mean, what? Okay, so this is what I need to say. Y'all need to stop getting on these video games and thinking that y'all can say whatever you want and there's no consequences. What the hell were y'all thinking? Okay, also, in the detail? So y'all really thought this out and y'all thought nobody was going to say what?
And the manager's first name and last name.
Yeah.
Their real
did
first
they give
name
her
and last
address too? I mean, damn. Yeah, no. This is very spooky. Okay. This is beyond spooky. This is jail time. Okay. Clank, clank.
This is assassination plot. Listen, we take threats so seriously. Some of the subject matter in these stories, by the way, is serious. Because I said, give me your spookiest, scariest HR stories. So some of these are really serious and could be triggering for a lot of people listening. Yeah. So this is your trigger warning. I want to be respectful and mindful. If you do not want to be horrified, this might not be the episode for you. Because I read this story and I was like, imagine being the HR person who gets the ethics hotline claim. My first thought is I don't take threats lightly.
No, I'm calling the cops, okay? I'm calling the popo ho, okay?
Yeah. The popo ho is now going to be what I say to people. So I really started with a doozy. I'm so sorry I had to go in on that one.
Straight to the police, honey.
But somebody submitted that and my jaw was on the floor reading it.
Yeah,
I was
that was way too far. No,
that was
you
so
did the
inappropriate.
Name and everything and what you would do way too far. You deserve to lose your job. You deserve to have whatever criminal, whatever needs to happen there. You deserve it all.
Exactly. Okay, well, we really started with a bang. Are you ready? I'm trying to balance these between like so scary, kind of funny. Now I'm reading them out loud. And I'm like, wait, actually, some of these are like really kind of scary. Okay, story 2 is called The Sick Leave That Wasn't. In setting up a new HRIS with the execs for a small restaurant industry org in Georgia, meaning fewer workers' rights in place beyond the federal mandate, I asked for the sick leave policy to implement in the system. I was pleasantly surprised considering industry trends that the CEO said that they wanted to offer a week of sick leave. I was shocked, but we built it in the system and added the policy, and the employees were thrilled. They had no idea the company offered sick leave. Come to find out, our CEO meant unpaid leave. He thought employees could ask for a week of unpaid leave per year. The CEO needed to be convinced by several directors that sick leave is typically paid, but there shouldn't be a week cap for unpaid leave, and that it would be detrimental to culture to backtrack offering sick leave completely.
Oh, wow. This is somebody that is not in touch with reality. This is like, do you think that he thinks he doesn't get paid for sick leave? Like, no. So this is a CEO who needed a reality check. That's what it sounds like to me.
5,000. Could you imagine being like, I'm not offering paid sick leave? But I did look this up because I was like, I'm really interested to know.
Yeah.
Sick leave federal state mandate, and about 15 to 18 states, I couldn't get the exact number, plus DC, have some sort of laws that mandate paid sick leave.
Yeah, as they should. You should be able to be sick and be paid. And this is why COVID was spreading like wildfire, like, you know what I mean? Wildfire everywhere because so many people were sick and going to work. Yeah. No, this manager, you would deserve what you got. And the fact that people had to convince him of that also lets me know where we stand.
I was like, paid sick leave. You're trying to make people, but unpaid sick leave is like super common. Like what was that stat when you and I did an episode or we talked about motherhood in the workplace, but there was like a stat that was like some moms are back at work within 3 days.
Weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. Literally it's such a high percentage. It is so sad. They go back to work within 2 weeks.
Again, everyone has heard me on this podcast 5,000 million times. We need some sort of paid leave at the federal level.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. That story spooked me because I was like, what CEO doesn't think sick leave should be paid? But I'm sure there are a lot out there. And I'm sure someone listening to this is going to write in and be like, our sick leave is unpaid. I've always historically gotten 5 days of paid sick leave.
Yeah. It's that should be at least the minimum.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'm trying to balance these with like serious, funny HR lessons we're learning. The next one is called The Extermination Incident. I love this person because they wrote in with my name. Okay, Hebba, here's my non-typical horror story with a smiley face. So they thought this was going to be great. Okay. A few years back, I was an HRBP helping a new manager navigate her very first termination. She was nervous, naturally, while I had done what felt like my 759th, give or take. This was her first. To her credit, she had done everything right leading up to the point. Coaching, mentoring, investing real time and energy into trying to help her intern turn things around. But by the end of the performance process, it was clear this wasn't going to work out. So termination day arrives. We hop on Zoom, just the two of us at first. You could feel the nerves radiating through the camera. We go through our prep one last time. Stay calm, stay kind, be clear. The intern joins the call. Camera on, quite literally rolls out of bed, hair in all directions, pajamas, the works. Says, hey, like they didn't just appear straight out of REM sleep. You could see the panic flicker across the manager's face, but she handled it like a pro. Calm, professional, focused. She walks through the script beautifully. Context, feedback, next steps, and finally the line. At this point, we're moving forward with the termination. There's a pause. The intern blinks, squints a little at the screen, and says, completely serious, so wait, you're exterminating me? I froze. The manager froze. It's like time stopped. And then, without missing another beat, the manager delivered one of the best recovery lines I've ever heard. While no, we're not exterminating you, I am notifying you that your employment has been terminated. I barely held it together.
That one was cute. I like that one.
There's two more lines. The intern, bless her heart, just nodded and said, okay. And that was that. Not your typical horror story. No angry outbursts, no legal threats, no tech meltdown, just a linguistics mix-up that had both of us questioning reality for a second.
As somebody who often messes up my words, like guys will hear
Same.
just happen 2 seconds ago when I was saying wildfire. See, okay, again, I could see myself doing this. I would not have just woken up and just rolled on out of bed because that's not what I do. But I could absolutely see myself messing up some words, especially in that situation. They were probably nervous, like no telling what was going on.
And they were interns, so it was probably their first job.
Yeah. But kudos to that manager. That manager 100%. Kept it. Okay, you kept it on script.
Kept it 100. Like that is wild.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even the intern opening up the screen, having rolled out of bed. I would be good at keeping a straight face, but the whole time I would just be like, "What is happening right now?
Is this an alternative reality?" That's the spooky part.
What is it? Our friend Rona told a story once where like she did an interview with a guy, I think it was a virtual interview, and he got on the interview shirtless. And she was like, "Oh, do you want to put on a shirt?" Like, I remember being like, "What?"
I've had an interview not shirtless, but he had just come back from the beach, and so he was like literally like wet from being going surfing. And he said, "Oh, I just got done surfing." So his hair is wet. He has on a white shirt though, but he's wet, so it's like sticking to him. I was like, I mean, but here's the thing though. Non-HR, he was handsome, and he did have a nice body. So I wasn't mad. I did do the interview.
Oh my God. We're getting canceled on this episode. First I'm reading like super serious stories, and then Jess is like, yeah, he was hot though. That's okay.
I did do the interview. Okay, listen, this market, you got to do what you got to do.
On the note of rolling out of bed and answering calls, my CEO still tells this story to this day. A few months ago, so I'm not a morning person. I only wake up in the morning if I have a workout I have to do, or an event I'm going to, or a hard start time for something. If it is not any of those things, like today, my workout was at 8 a.m. I was up at 7:45. Sometimes I do 6 a.m. workouts and I'm up at 5:45. This was just one of those days in between the workouts that I was like, you know what? I don't have a workout. I'm going to sleep till 9.
Yeah.
Or maybe sometimes 8:30 because my entire company's, a lot of the exec team is in Central Time. So I'm like, they're not going to need me. If it's like a day I really need to catch up my sleep, I'm going to sleep in. So I was sleeping in. And my CEO called and I was like, oh, he doesn't usually call unless it's like something really serious. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God. So I like roll over a bed. I'm like, hello. And he's like, oh my God, did I wake you up? And I'm like, oh my God, why did I answer this phone call? And he has never let me live it down to the point where like, if I'm up at 6 a.m. for something, I will literally Slack him or text him and be like, look who's up at 6 a.m. And now it's become a long running joke between us because I one time answered the phone. He was like, you're still asleep. It's okay. I'll call you back later. And I was like, no, what's the problem? What do you need to tell me? And
okay, like, so there is a trick to this, friend. This is what I know to be true. So when it was the beginning of the pandemic, I was one of them lazy people that was working from bed and like doing all the stuff from bed.
It's not lazy.
And there was no reason why.
It's whatever you want to do.
I just was doing it. And so I learned this trick that before you answer the phone, especially if you just woke up, you have to start singing like right before you answer the phone. That way your voice clears. So literally just, start like whatever song you like. And
I'm going to start doing that now.
Just
great.
saying.
This is a good trick. Now I know in case he ever calls me again. Since then,
listeners,
to be clear,
sing a song real quick. And then hello, right off of singing the song, your voice is already peppy. A good one I love is How Will I Know, Whitney Houston. She'll get your vocals, we will be right. You will be right.
I'm dying. But to be clear, he has not called me in the morning since then.
Because
all it took was one time. All it took was one time. And I was just like, I thought it was so serious. He was calling me so early in the morning. Like, I think it was like 8:45 too. So I was like, I was gonna get out of bed in like 15 minutes. Okay. I was just having a lie-in. Clearly not. Okay. This next story, I'm going to give a specific trigger warning for this story.
Okay.
I think it involves stalking. So I'm just going to say trigger warning, stalking. And then I will read you the story title. And if you don't want to listen to this, you should skip this story until I say the next story. This story is called The Baby Onesie Stalker. And it's a long one, so Jess, buckle up.
Okay.
I had a female employee twice come to me with concerns about male colleagues, different colleagues each time. They were both expressing feelings for her and then not acting maturely about it when she kindly declined their advances. The shit we go through in the office. The first time was with a direct report who was acting sullen and creating tension, but she refused to disclose who it was and insisted on handling things between the two of them like adults. My HR self is saying absolutely not, but we'll get to that at the end. Despite my urging to disclose a name, good on the HR person, and letting me conduct a formal investigation, she opted to keep me updated, and thankfully things smoothed out very quickly after that. The second, however, was a doozy. Her complaint came to me regarding an employee in an adjacent department who had been let go from the company several weeks prior for completely unrelated reasons. This employee had been known to be a bit odd, but in a golden retriever puppy energy kind of way. Several months prior to her filing her complaint, the two had connected on Instagram, as many colleagues do these days. By the way, none of my employees are allowed to follow me on Instagram. He started DMing her, expressing interest, and when she declined, his messages didn't stop. She indicated that because he was known to be odd, she was afraid to block him and instead restricted his access to seeing her post. He started going to colleagues asking about her, and the things he was saying were being relayed back to her at work. So she eventually asked him to stop talking about her at work unless it was work related. He continued occasionally messaging on Instagram. She did not respond. He was let go from the company with notice as part of a layoff. On his last day of work, he gifted her a baby onesie. She had no idea why. She was not expecting, nor had anyone in her life expecting. Also, around the time he was let go, she had, for unrelated reasons, deactivated her Instagram account. After being let go, he started DMing other colleagues asking why she blocked him and asking for them to give him her private contact information. When colleagues refused to provide her personal contact info, he found her number online and began texting her. He stated in the text that he found her number online. In his text, which she did not respond to, she sent me screenshots, he claimed that she had found his address online and she had mailed him the baby clothes, saying, "You're stuck with me, buddy. You can't just send people baby clothing in the mail without them falling in love with you." She insisted to me that she had no idea what he was talking about, and she never mailed him baby clothes. His text went on to detail how he was confused about what was going on between them, not understanding why she wasn't messaging him back, and claiming that he hadn't been with anyone else for nearly a year, so he really needed an answer as to whether or not they were going to be together. Needless to say, I was freaked the fuck out on her behalf. But since he wasn't an employee anymore, there was little I could do. I offered to help her file a police report, but she refused. And I even called the police myself to see what recourse I had as an employer, concerned about a potentially unstable former employee returning to the workplace. They told me they could do nothing else unless she filed a formal complaint. Thankfully, nothing further came of this, but I held my breath for weeks, hoping we wouldn't be making the headlines with some horrific story about a former employee taking out his revenge on a former workplace.
Well, that one is very scary. The baby clothes one, I'm like, yeah. In my mind, I'm thinking my first thought was he's sending baby clothes because he wants to have a baby with her. Like, I don't know why I was putting that together. I was thinking like, oh, we're going to have kids together. Here's some baby clothes. Yeah. But yeah, that one is spooky in like a lot of like psychological, like who are you dealing with? Are they in touch with reality? Like this one, what's the one that loves to make movies? What's his name? Jordan? No.
Jordan Peele?
Yeah. He could kill this one.
Jordan Peele, if you're listening, call me. Call me. We got a story for you. Most ATS tools feel clunky, cold, and complicated. Team Tailor makes it feel effortless. Built for modern hiring teams, Team Tailor combines drag-and-drop workflows, branded career sites, and smart automations that save hours without sacrificing the human touch. Because every candidate interaction, yes, even those rejection emails, shape your employer brand. Team Tailor helps you make those moments count. It's why brands like Oatly, Five Guys, and Happy Socks. Trust Team Taylor to turn hiring into a seamless brand experience that candidates remember for all the right reasons. Hiring should be simple, fun, and effective, and Team Taylor makes it all possible. It did feel like a Jordan Peele story as I was reading it. And honestly, like, I read so many stories about women's stalkers. I don't know if maybe that's just my algorithm where I get all the stories about these things, because as a woman who lived in a city by herself for so long, I was like genuinely scared after every encounter, because I've just watched so many movies. I've read so many stories. I went down a real serial killer path one time and I had to like stop because I was like, I'm getting spooked from everyone. But I read this and I was like, this is so seriously scary. As an HR person, like, first of all, I'm so thankful that person said they went and contacted the police too. Yeah.
Like, I'm happy they were safe. But that, I mean, I have not had something like that happen, but I definitely have had to deal with an ex-spouse stalking a spouse at work. And we had to like do a police report and, you know, have him not come in the parking lot. We had to hire security to walk her to and from her car. It was really, really sad. And this went on for months.
It's so serious. My brother was working at a college when they had a shooting on campus, and we were so freaked out. Like, we were worried. Like, he was in a room with the students. It was fine. But it was somebody's spouse coming to the campus because they were upset that they were getting a divorce, I think. And it was awful. And I just remember, like, I do not take claims of stalking lightly. Like, I included this story simply because I think the HR person did the best that they could do. And that is a genuinely scary situation. The other point I will make is this: I do not let employees follow me on my private Instagram.
No, absolutely
That's just
not.
a
Actively
hard
block
them.
Rule. Yeah, I don't. It's not even they can't follow me. I before I start a new job, I go find everybody I can from their LinkedIn and block them. Okay.
Wow.
We're not mixing nothing over here. And then once I know who they are and like I've worked there for a while and I don't work there anymore. Okay. I don't work there anymore. The people that I like, I unblock them and we can be friends.
Yeah. I love that. Meanwhile, I'm like, y'all can follow my public Instagram or else. You cannot follow anything else. I mean, it is really scary. I mean, like, we're both kind of online personalities.
Oh yeah.
Like, we get messages, we get
all
hateful messages, we get people who Transform, people were like, I feel like I have a parasocial relationship with you. Because like, I read the newsletter, I listen to the podcast, and I'm like, I'm so honored that feels like so nice to hear, but also genuinely terrifying at times to know that like we are out there in a way that like people can find you easily.
100%.
Okay. Well, that was my really serious one. Sorry, Jess. I had to include that one because I honestly read that and I was so terrified.
Yeah, like the baby clothes, that makes me question reality. Like, is this person in reality?
I had chills for like the longest time. I was like, I can't believe I'm including this, but I have to because it was spooky enough. My next story also involves something supernatural. The Lady in White. I don't know why I said my next story involves something also supernatural because my last story had nothing to do with supernatural. I'm not well. It's Friday afternoon. Okay. The Lady in White. I once worked as an HR manager for a residential facility for adults with developmental disabilities. The campus that I worked on was over 100 years old. The building I worked in at one time had been an adult dormitory that had caught fire, and not all the residents had made it out. For years, I heard the tale of the Lady in White that could be seen if you came in really early, but never believed it until one day I did come in very early and went down the hall to go to the bathroom, and there was a lady in white looking at me from the next hallway. And I looked at her and I said, "Have a good day," turned around, walked back to my office, and shook for about an hour and a half. So I got to meet the Lady in White.
Listen, I believe in ghosts. I believe in all those things. So I don't play around. The moment somebody tells me, "Oh, there's spirits here," that I don't play. Okay. No. I would have seen that lady. Now, mind you, I probably would have passed out. I know me. I know my blood sugar would have got low. I would have passed on out.
You said, absolutely not. Get me out of here. Okay. So listen, I don't know if I believed in ghosts until, and my mom is going to roast me for telling this story. She's going to be like, ghosts are not real. What's wrong with you? Until I saw a ghost. I'm going to tell the story. This is, maybe I've told this on the podcast before. I don't know if I have. Okay, here we go. So we were all going to Charlottesville, Virginia for my friend's wedding, and we were all staying at the same house. So like there's all these couples, and it's me and my friend, and she and I are single. So we're sharing the room with 2 beds. So we're in the room with 2 beds. All the couples are off in their rooms. I think someone is like sleeping downstairs on the couch. I go to sleep. It's like a big house in Charlottesville. I think it's like near a winery, whatever. I go to sleep and I wake up in the middle of the night and I turn on my side and I see a figure dressed in a black robe staring at me, standing with their knees, like touching my bed above, staring down at me. And I look up and I think it's my friend. And I turn to her bed. She's in the bed asleep. I look up again. It's just looking at me from above the bed. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I'm like, I look at them. It's like a ghost. I can't see, like hood cover, just staring down at me. And I'm like, freaking out. I literally roll over to the other side, curl into a ball and start praying. I was praying until I fell asleep. And then I woke up the next morning. And the first thing I did was call my mom. And I was like, Mom, I think I saw a ghost last night. And then I went downstairs and I said, this house is haunted. And I'm not sure I can sleep in it tonight. I need to sleep in any other room. I will sleep on the couch in the sunroom. I think this room is haunted. I have never been in my life so scared. To this day.
Yeah.
I still think about that.
I think you did the right thing. Okay. You did the right thing. Okay. You got to get in prayer and meditate. Get away.
I was like, I'm going to die. Like I was like, it's game over for me. That's it. Like the scariest part was, I thought like maybe my friend was like sleepwalking. Yeah. The door was shut and she was in the bed next to me. I could clearly see her in the bed next to my bed.
I've gone on, when I went to New Orleans, we went on like a ghost grave thing, and it was really fascinating. And I was like, yeah, this place is, every inch of New Orleans is haunted. And I love New Orleans. Okay. I got engaged in New Orleans, but I truly believe it is a haunted place.
I'm so curious. If you're listening to this and you believe in ghosts or don't believe in ghosts and think we're silly, please let me know. DM me on LinkedIn, because I'm
only if you believe you can let me know. Don't slide in my DMs telling me anything else.
To this day, Jess, I think about that at least once a year. I was like, I saw ghosts. Yeah. I was like, we were on some haunted ass grounds in Charlottesville. The house was in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, like that's all you winding had to say. Road all the way up. They were like, don't drive at night. It's gonna be, you can miss the road. It's really. I was like,
oh yeah. But can I say this story? The fact that she said she just went back in her office and shook for an hour. Yeah. Me and her could be friends.
I was like, have a good day. Bye. Like I truly would be like, I'm gonna be polite as hell to the lady in white. I'm gonna say have a good, and I'm gonna run.
Like, do you need anything? Are you good?
Yeah, you good? I'm not even using the bathroom at this point. Like, I think they were walking down to use the restroom or something. Yeah.
She said she never used the bathroom again.
Never again. Never again. On the note of ghosts and spookiness, because this is like a Halloween themed episode, because, I love my HR horror stories. My next story involves a little bit of witchcraft.
Ooh, okay.
The story is called Love Spells and Employee Relations.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You ready for this?
It's giving me Victoria's Secret love spell, but go ahead.
Okay. I didn't even think about that. Oh my God. Okay. I have handled my share of bizarre employee situations, but nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the day I received a series of anonymous screenshots on my company work phone. The images showed black candles arranged in a circle, rose petals scattered across the floor, and handwritten love letters, complete with dramatic declarations of eternal devotion. The sender didn't include any names, just a cryptic message: you should know what's happening on the floor. As it turned out, 2 of our operators were at the center of this supernatural love storm. Rumors had been swirling for weeks, but the screenshots opened the door to a much stranger reality. During the investigation, it was revealed that one of the operators, a woman, had actually consulted a witch outside of work to trap the other operator and make him fall in love with her. The love letters found in his locker were part of her plan. And if that wasn't enough, the situation took an even more dramatic turn. When her husband unexpectedly showed up at the facility, he approached the targeted operator to warn him, claiming that she had done something similar to him years ago to get him to marry her. Suddenly, what began as whispers and screenshots had become a full-blown love triangle unraveling in real time on the production floor. The fallout was as chaotic as you imagine. The situation created tension among the employees, disrupted workflows, and raised a serious concern about harassment, inappropriate workplace conduct, and potential safety issues. After a thorough investigation, the woman's actions were found to have violated multiple company policies, and she was ultimately terminated. The moral of the story: workplace romances can be tricky, but when witchcraft and anonymous love letters enter the chat, HR will definitely get involved.
This reminds me of a TikTok I saw where the person was like, where are the witches at? Like, can you turn my boss into like a rodent or something? So why can't we use this for good? Okay. So if you're going to be out here doing stuff like this, putting casting spells and stuff, use it to do something good. Get everybody a raise, or, make the boss that's disrespectful lose their tongue or something crazy. Do something good for people. Not the love spells.
Not the love spells. Listen, have you seen the TikToks about Etsy witches?
Yes.
I know so many people that are like, I got married to the love of my life because I consulted an Etsy witch.
Oh, people are now doing the Etsy, like there are specific Etsy witches now to get a job. I'm just saying, I don't know the quality of their skills, but but if that's something you are in need for, Etsy has something for you.
Look, I will never judge anybody for believing
whatever you got to do.
I manifest it, believe it, witchcraft. I got my crystals. Like, I will never.
Okay.
But the Etsy witches seem like a scam. I'd be using Etsy for other stuff, to be clear. I'm like buying like cool stuff from small business owners on Etsy. I'm not casting spells.
Yeah, I literally I read a news article about this. But yeah, in this situation, I think they did a little too much. Okay. And first of all, that one husband said the spell has come off, baby. He said, she got me like this too.
She trapped me with the witch. I'm like, what witch were you contacting? Can we get the witch's information? We need her take of the story.
So I think it was like the spell. She didn't renew the spell. So, so it had.
She said, no spell on this husband anymore. Spell on my new person that I'm in love with my black candles.
This reminds me of like in the spooky movies where the person like tries to warn the other person that like, hey, this is how I ended up here in the dungeon.
Don't let this happen to you. What it reminded me of is one of my favorite 1980s or maybe 90s movie called Teen Witch.
Yes.
It's this great movie where she becomes a teenager, finds out she's a witch, casts a spell to become the most popular girl, to make the football jock fall in love with her. And my dumbass nerdy self was like, man, I wish I could become a witch. I'm trying to do love spells too.
Listen, I feel like you could, this is something I feel like, and this is just me as the co-host. I think you need to get an Etsy witch on here and interview. I'm just saying, the people would be interested.
Wilder things have happened on this podcast. Maybe I could interview the Etsy witch about the spells that we could all be casting to get jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe the Etsy witch knows something about the market that we as HR professionals don't know.
Clearly. Okay, if y'all want this, let her know. Slide in her DMs and just say Etsy witch.
Etsy witch. Also, if you have one, please send me the contact info because I would like to interview her on this podcast. Okay? We're doing great. The last one, my last story, Jess, we have reached story 7. Trust me, I had a lot of stories to pick from, but these were the 7 juiciest I could find. The last one involves a ghost. Okay? It's called the Catastrophic Security Breach. I once had a new hire urgently message me that her computer was being hacked and taken over, and they were typing and taking control of it. She was absolutely freaking out, contacting me and IT until anyone answered. I didn't know what exactly was happening at the time, but I was concerned, so I contacted my IT person right away to get them in touch with her. It turned out to be her cat walking on her wireless keyboard in a separate room.
No, baby. Not the kitty cat.
Not the cat. A catastrophe. That's why I called it that.
Oh, wow. Poor thing, honey. That job has stressed her out. And she, poor thing.
Could you imagine? I mean, like, listen, I have done some really funny things like that. One time I got in the shower with my glasses and I forgot I had my glasses on. So the water started hitting my eye. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going blind. And I was like, I have my glasses on. Okay. I've had my fair share of moments like that. My other favorite one is there's a train in Virginia, and I was like a regular rider of the train. My train line always goes underground and stays underground. The other train line is the blue line, and it goes overground. Like one of the stops is famous, it's the Arlington Cemetery. And I got on the wrong train one day commuting home because I wasn't even thinking about it, right? You're just like, when you're commuting, you just like do things out of habit. And then I'm on the train and the train goes overground. And I'm on the train like, oh my God, the train goes overground now. When did they change this? And I'm like freaking out on this train, only to realize I got on the wrong train like 10 minutes later. So I have been there. I've had my moments too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I am convinced, talking about being blind, I have active nightmares because if I take these contacts out or don't wear my glasses, I can't see anything. I have active nightmares about me getting in the car and driving without those and like what it would be like because I wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I'm spooked out about is that one day I'm going to have to get in a car without my contacts or my glasses and just everybody be safe.
What's your is it bad enough that your prescription is like you cannot see?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, mine's like normally -4, -3, so I can like see. I can't see from far away. Like I wouldn't be able to read signs, but I would be fine driving. To be clear, I don't be doing anything without my glasses. I stepped up my game this year and got prescription sunglasses.
Okay.
I'm a lady now. I got prescription sunglasses. I called my mom so excited. I was like, Mom, I got prescription sunglasses. She was
That's
like,
how
don't you
made
love
it.
them? She's like, don't you love them? I'm like, yeah, but I've been joking on prescription sunglasses for so long. Best choice I made in this year. Good. How did my spooky stories,
honey?
Could you imagine like I'm being hacked, and it's your cat in another room?
I wonder how long it took her to figure that out though. I'm sure IT would have to log in and be like, no, it's you. You're doing this. This is on you. Nobody else is involved.
I would not want to be that person.
Yeah. I would. They're not going to live that down. And they told everybody in the company.
For sure.
Poor thing. I would just lean into it though. Like just become the essence of a cat lady then.
When I read that story, I laughed so hard for like a minute because again, it made me think of like my glasses. Like, oh my God, I'm blind. Like I was like, this is something that would happen to me.
Oh yeah.
Like someone else is clicking at my computer. They're trying to enter my password.
Like somebody's trying to get me. Yeah.
Someone's trying. They're not getting me with the gift card scam. They're getting me with something else.
They've upped the scammer universities. They've upped it.
They know what's up. Yeah. There's no more gift cards. They're taking over your computers. But what do you think of my spooky stories? Were they scary enough this year?
I mean, some of them were legit scary, like the stalker one and the baby gift, and like that stuff is real life scary. Obviously, I love the mix of scary and like funny, so we needed that. But yeah, like some of those are like scary. The workplace is not, it's spooky season, but y'all should be alert.
Yeah, we
stay woke.
Always. I mean, honestly, like I keep thinking about. Like everyone's always like, what do you think you would do if you weren't in HR? And I was like, something with crisis, because I feel like at this point I have nerves of steel. I'm like, okay, something serious happens. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know the plan. Like I'll figure it out. Like I don't really feel like I get nervous anymore doing this job because I'm just like, whatever it is, I'll figure it out.
I think that you should be a 911 operator.
Oh my God. You know that movie with Halle Berry where she's the 911 operator and there's an Amber Alert?
I'm just saying, I feel like you would be great. You would be like, okay, now what's the problem again? Yeah. Meanwhile, I match people's energy. So they screaming, I'm screaming. They crying, I'm crying. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Meanwhile, I'm like, is there a knife? And they'll be like, there's someone in the house. And I'll be like, okay, get a knife.
Yeah.
Stand behind a corner. Wait for them. Like
put your back on the wall.
It's always me. Okay. Do you watch horror movies at all, Jess?
No.
Oh,
it doesn't fit with my spirit.
Oh, I love horror movies. This morning I just watched the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie because I love that series.
Even the music comes on when it's the commercials. I close my eyes.
Really?
I can't do it.
Okay, so I'm the kind of person who watches a horror movie and I'm like, no, girl, don't do that. You don't need to be going there. Don't be trusting that person. Why are you alone with them? Like, it's just commentary of me trying to coach.
I can watch it with you. if
the
you
people
do that,
through the problem.
I could watch it.
I'm always trying to coach them. Don't run up those stairs. Run outside.
Yeah.
Run to your neighbor. Why are you always running up the stairs?
Yeah, I could watch a horror movie with you if as long as you do that the whole time, we're good.
It'd be so funny. I'd be so every time I'll just be talking to myself. And then I went over to my sisters. My sister was doing the same thing, and I was like, we related.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're two peas in a pod trying to tell the protagonist, do not run up those stairs. Make sure you grab a knife. I'm like, be smart about this. Get some pepper spray.
No.
Invest in some mace.
This is why I'm not meant for the spooky season. Anything scary, I will have nightmares, legit nightmares. Like, I can't do it.
But you made it through this episode.
I sure did.
Okay, well, thank you for joining my spooky season podcast episode. My unofficial co-host who comes on every season for at least one episode.
It's meant to be.
Someday, maybe we should do more of these.
I would love to.
Around Valentine's Day, I do like a romance themed one, which leads me to believe everyone is cheating on everyone at work.
They are.
Because all the stories are about infidelity. And I'm like, I'm not going to ask for these stories anymore. I think I asked for them last year and I was like, I can't read 6 stories about people cheating on their significant others and causing ruckus at work. It's just, it was disheartening. I thought it was like maybe going down in the remote era. It's not. So there's that. But you'll be back for sure. For my wishes episode. Remember, I always ask for your wish.
Yes, I love the wishes episode, but this was wonderful. I love all things spooky season, and one of these things is this. So making sure we get those horror stories. So I love being here, and if you're not following me on LinkedIn, you should be. And like I said, I am the unofficial co-host. So thank you. You're welcome.
She also has a book called The Hidden Gem. Can you plug the book now?
Oh, yeah. So go get my book on Amazon so I can feed all these children that I have. It's called The Hidden Gem Within.
It's great. It's on my shelf somewhere, honestly. I think it's right there, actually.
I think so. I literally was like, I think that's my book over there.
It's always in my... But yeah,
my friends connect with me. I would love to hear your crazy stories. And also, let's advocate to get this Etsy witch on here.
Yes, the Etsy witch is coming to be continued. You'll hear from Jess again at the end of the season. I do an episode at the end of the year called Wishes for the next year. And I think we need some hope right now in the world. So I think that episode will bring you a lot of joy. And thank you so much, Jess, always for always making me laugh, 2, being my unofficial co-host, 3, being one of the funniest people I know.
You're welcome.
You're the best. Okay. I'll wait for my compliments. Just kidding. I'm dead. Thank you, Jess.
Thanks for tuning in. Keep up with all the latest HR resources by subscribing on Apple, Spotify, Google, or wherever you listen. And if you love I Hate It Here, tell an HR friend. I'll see you next time.